Time for our conversation right now, where we center our focus on supporting innovation. My guest is already here. That is Mahmoud Noor, who is the Chief Mentor at Swahilipot Hub Foundation. Karibu sana, Mr. Noor.
Asante sana.
All right,
Asante
so,
sana.
Right, so let's just broach this discussion with a better understanding of what you do at the Hub in terms of supporting innovation ecosystems across the coast region where you're situated.
Yeah, I think for us at Swahilipot Hub Foundation in Mombasa, we were trying to fill a gap where innovation, technology, all that was centered in Nairobi. And then we thought it will be unfair for a lot of the people, and especially young people, because when you're talking about any Kenyan, it is because of over 75% of Kenya is below 35.
Yeah.
So whenever you're talking about Kenya, it's by default it's young people. So they are disenfranchised because coming all the way to Nairobi, either it is for the then Nairobi Innovation Week, it was so difficult. So for us, what we thought, let us create a hub in Mombasa, and eventually also take it down to the other six counties, so that any young person can have...
6 counties of where? The
coastal region,
right.
Because that is the focus area that we are in. So now it becomes easy for a young person when they want to connect, when they want a safe space where they can hang out. Because for us, we wanted to create a place where instead of you hanging in the maskanis, come and hang in a place where you can meet like-minded people, or mentors, or role models, people who are doing great things either in business, in technology, in creatives. So that is how we created the space. And then we also thought of every year we were coming to Nairobi Innovation Week.
Okay.
So from 2018 we thought, why don't we have Pwani Innovation Week? So that now we can also showcase Pwani positively. Because most of the time Pwani was being showcased with madawa, drugs, also issues of juvenile gang. So we wanted also to showcase Pwani in a positive way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of activities are there that you do for these young people? And as you respond to that, tied to this Pwani Innovation Week, and what exactly is going to look like?
No, for us, like I've said earlier, somebody can have an idea. But how do you take the idea forward? So what we do at Swahilipot Hub Foundation and also with the ecosystem is first to help them take the idea into the next level.
Okay.
Number one, issues of intellectual property.
So what, like mentorship?
Yes, mentorship.
All right.
Yeah, so, and part of the mentorship is you can have an idea that can easily be stolen. So how do you start by protecting the idea? And then secondly, what other skills do you need so that you make it better? And then the idea needs to make money. The idea needs also to solve certain societal problems because you've seen an opportunity, and then if you're not monetizing it, if it cannot make money, because eventually it needs to earn you something and also employ other people. And then once you've done that, we also attach you to the different enablers. This can be in government. For example, you have a product that you want it to be in the shelves. There's a process of taking it through KEBS. There are certain certification. There are certain government agencies. So we make it easier for them to access these government agencies. And then we also connect them to mentors and eventually to private investors, people who can put in money. And also there are so many grants and loans, both private sector and government. So we make it easier for them to access all this. And then eventually, once they have grown, for it to be scaled up, now that is where issues of technology comes in. How do you use technology? How do you use certain things that probably might be difficult for this young person? Use of social media. Because social media is also a very good tool, and especially the Gen Zs have used it very well. But also if they use it for business, it's even far much better. Now, like in Mombasa, every Thursday we have a pitching Thursday. So that whatever idea that you have, you come and bring it there to the rest. And then every quarter we take the best, we bring in private sector, they look at it, and eventually every year we showcase the best during the Pwani Innovation Week. But for the Pwani Innovation Week, we try bring all the other counties. We're also focusing on the Swahili coast. So we have heavy participation from Tanzania, from Zanzibar, Tanga, Dar es Salaam. But eventually we also want to go to the real Swahili coast, which runs from Msumbiji, Mozambique, to Somalia, Kismayo.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, from my reading, you grew up in Nakuru.
Yes.
Were you
yes,
born
yes.
there?
Yeah, my home is Nakuru.
Okay, so you were born, bred and grew in Nakuru.
Yes.
But you decided to take this initiative in the coast region.
Yes.
Tell me, what is so peculiar about the coast that you deemed it fit to have such kind of a program there?
Yeah, I think it is luck, because when we were putting the first undersea fiber optic cable, because my profession is engineering, so we were connecting the eastern coast of Africa to the rest of the world. That is how FET brought me to Mombasa. Now, when we were doing the first submarine cable, now I actually saw the issues around Mombasa. That was way back in 2007, 8, 9. And I thought, although I had a good job and I was very comfortable, but as long as around me other young people have issues of drugs and juvenile, so it means even my kids are not safe. And that is why I thought, even as we were supporting hubs in Nairobi, then it was also important to do something that is contextualized within Mombasa County.
All right, so it's more like engaging the young folk there.
Yes.
So for this young individual who has an idea, and they're they have limited resources, sometimes to no resources, what kind of advice would you give them?
I think one of the key things, because 4 years ago we did a survey asking young people, what are the things that you want? And you know, interestingly, people thought that they will ask for money, they will ask for jobs, but they actually ask for mentorship. They ask for guidance.
Young people yearn for mentorship.
Yes, which means there is a gap where a lot of young people want to be guided. Because once you identify a mentor early enough, because we have people who have parents, but the parents are not there for them. At times, even the parents mislead them. But if you can identify either a parent, a bigger brother, a neighbor, somebody who can guide you, then it is easy for them to connect you to spaces like Swahilipot, spaces like Close the Gap, spaces like, there are so many spaces within Mombasa. We have Sote Hub. So all these spaces have been created to first help that young person engage with the right people who can support them and expose them. But I also encourage a lot of young people not to stay within the same locality. You need to move out. You can't be, we have people who have been born in Mwakirunge, gone to primary, secondary in Mwakirunge, and probably college in Mwakirunge and married in Mwakirunge. They're not even crossing Mariakani. So exposure is important. At times we bring that exposure. Like last year, Batuan, we brought people from around 12 countries. And also last year we took a team of young people to India. This year we are taking them to Brazil, because exposure is everything. Even if you can't go out of the country, come to Mombasa if you are in the villages. Come to Nairobi. If not Nairobi, go out. It makes a huge difference.
Okay. Now, as we conclude, Mr. Noor, just talk to me about the number of youths, if you can recall, that you have sort of like helped so far, and how the future looks like in respect to assisting majority of youths.
With the current program, in our database we have around 25,000 young people. The ones that we are mentoring, in the process of mentoring or have mentored in the last 2 years, are 9,000. And then we have around 6,000 that we say we have transformed. Transformed is either they have gone back to school, or they have rediscovered themselves, or something different has happened to them. And then around 1,900 have gotten jobs or have started businesses. So the total number that we have reached are currently that are in our program are around 9,000, but our target is to grow this to 20,000.
Across all counties, or just?
Mainly Kilifi, Kwale and Mombasa. Those, because we are looking at we call it the Greater Mombasa. Because when a young person, most of the people that use our facility at Swahilipot, actually half are coming from Kilifi and Kwale. Because I know Nairobians, even when they are in Diani or Mtwapa, they say they are in Mombasa. So the same thing, the young people are not looking at these boundaries. They'll be spending all their time in Mombasa, they go back and sleep in Kilifi and Kwale. So for us, even for the solutions, we are looking at the Kilifi County and Mombasa.
So that's how the vision looks like going forward. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mahmoud. Highly appreciate. And also the good job that you're doing to just ensure that more youths are really accommodated.
And thank you for giving me this opportunity to amplify what we are doing.
Asante sana. That has been Mahmoud Noor, the Chief Mentor at Swahilipot Hub Foundation, just really speaking to us